today's society, we have advanced far enough to where technology can be used in almost every aspect of our life. Technology can be fitted to almost any task a person wants to do. One advancement are smart devices, more so wearable devices. Those include a hit product like Fitbit, Apple or Samsung Watch, Nike Fuel Band, and several others. The wearable technology industry has recently expanded. Approximately 1 in 6 customers are currently using a wearable tech device. Majority of users are relatively young, between ages of 16 to 35 years old. Over 50 million devices were shipped in 2015, and 125 million are expected to ship in 2019. Smartwatches alone accommodate for 59% of wearable sales in 2015 and is estimated to grow as time progresses. So why are those devices so popular? Depending on the specific device, it has many different applications. Many of those track human characteristics, including number of steps, heart rate, and calories burned. For the more complex variables, they can receive or make calls, text, give reminders, or even play games.
Let's take a look at how these devices work. There are two main technologies that allow the current devices to do what they do. The first is the movement tracking capabilities. Fitbit, along with most of the other trackers, use a 3-axis accelerometer to record the motion of the human body when the device is in use. The accelerometer turns human movement into usable data. Through extensive research and testing, algorithms have been made to analyze this motion data and make it indicative of a certain movement. For example, many of the new devices have an auto-recognition feature where the tracker automatically realizes if a person is participating in a particular activity such as soccer, basketball, or cycling, and records their caloric data more accurately, using the specific algorithms designed for the sport. The second is the heart rate tracking capability. The new fad in wearables are the ones that have the ability to track your heart rate. These use a wrist-based heart rate sensor that uses green light. This technology is a recent development and is called photoplasmaphotography. How does this work? This technology flashes green light onto the skin and measures the change in light absorption. Each time the heart beats, blood is pumped to the periphery of the body. The blood that reaches the skin affects the absorption of the green light, therefore allowing the sensor to pick up on a heartbeat. So how can we make this technology apply to the workplace in order to make it more efficient and productive? To redesign this functionality of the wearable, we will have to look into the future.
Today, these watches and other wearables are used to help people track their steps, heart rate, and overall fitness. These products collect so much data on a day-to-day basis for the user that it has to be overlooked as a luxury product and to be used on a bigger scale. So what does the future of wearables look like? The future looks like data collection, big analytics, job performance, and of course advancements in the technology itself. Companies are beginning to test wearables in basic use cases like workplace security access, employee time management, and real-time employee communication. This opened doors for researchers to collect an entire company's employee data to analyze and use to improve the workplace for the employee. Ergonomically, this would help design work environments or redesign existing ones to help fit the data that is to be collected on how a worker moves in the workplace. These changes to the work environment will help boost the workers' productivity. In fact, employees equipped with a wearable technology in just a corporate setting reported a 8.5% increase in productivity and 3.5% increase in job satisfaction.
Imagine that an entire facility of 1,000 workers were each armed with some form of an activity tracker. At first thought, this would seem way too expensive, but think about it. The activity trackers that we know today run about $100 or much more and are considered luxury items to be sold on a single unit basis. An industrial-grade device would be a bare-boned unit that would perform basic tasks and would be purchased in large quantities at lower prices. There is no reason that these should cost more than $30 to $50 per unit on a large scale. This would cost the facility with 1,000 workers about $30,000. The uses of this device would save far more than that. Every worker in the facility would be tracked by a heart rate and motion tracker. If this was to redesign for workers, it would prevent injuries and increase productivity greatly. Think about all the extended studies that industrial engineers have completed in order to estimate the very statistics that activity trackers are doing, such as heart rate and calories burned. Building off these massive data that has already been collected from consumers, economic movements can be analyzed to the fullest extent. The activity trackers have the ability to track every movement of a worker and allows managers to review the status of their workers in real time. This would prevent several injuries such as MSDs and others like it. The redesign, reimplementation, and restructure of wearables will allow managers to put workers where they will be the most productive and the safest.